Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcats Sports Network. Time to talk football with McKendree head coach Mike Babcock and coach. Homecoming last week, wrapping up a 4-game homestand. NCAA Division II Showcase Game of the Week. A lot of things came together. The Bearcats put on a whale of a contest, but came up just short, 45-37. Talk about your team's effort last week.
What an exciting game. It had highs, it had lows throughout the entire thing, but when you talk about a 60-minute game, a national, televised game, homecoming, the fact that it was only a one-score game for 59 minutes of that 60-minute game, I think really says something to both teams. And we tried our best, and unfortunately just came up short in the end.
Like you said, lots of highs in that game, especially one player in particular, Matt Cole, having another outstanding afternoon for the Bearcats. He set the single game all-purpose record for McKendree, 284 yards, including a 100-yard kickoff return, 2 more long touchdown receptions for scores, and what a dynamic player he has been for McKendree this year.
Well, especially in the last, 2 games, and even, throughout the year, you can see that he's a dynamic guy. He can change field position, both on special teams, and on offense. And so, can't say enough good things about him. The great thing about Matt is he's a great teammate. He doesn't have a big head, just kind of goes to work every day, and that's why, that's why I love him. And I think he's going to do fantastic, the rest of the season and onward. And so, hopefully we can, keep it going as a team and find ways to win some more games.
Another offensive bright spot, Turner Poland continuing to mature into the role of starting quarterback for McKendree, 298 yards, 4 more touchdown passes, and he found guys at big times to keep the Bearcats in the contest.
When you look at the first 3 quarters, I thought Turner played tremendous. I mean, he was almost, in the mid-80s, throwing the ball. He's starting to come into his own a little bit, which is kind of nice for a redshirt freshman, coming into game 4, game 5. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully that can continue and he can find some more bright spots this Saturday.
Even Jace Franklin, the junior running back, a career-high 136 yards for McKendree and several big pickups to keep chains moving and possessions going.
Well, I think it's nice when you have both run and pass. I thought Jace did a tremendous job, being able to continue drives, move ball, take some pressure off of the quarterback and the receivers by having a good run game, and more importantly, a good balanced attack. Like I said, I think Jace did a tremendous job. Hopefully, he'll have another one Saturday.
The Bearcats dropped to 0-2 in the conference. They step out of conference play for the final time this year, head east to Wheeling, West Virginia, a first-time opponent for McKendree in Wheeling Jesuit University. Tell us more about the Cardinals.
Wheeling is it's an interesting team. They just started from scratch about 2 years ago, played kind of a JV type schedule last year, and then this is their first actual Mountain East, conference type season, and a little bit like us, they're kind of searching for themselves. They're trying to find that big win. They've been close in a couple battles. They do a good job of getting some good interceptions and turnovers, which kind of keeps them in games at sometimes. I think for us, it's really going to be just the travel, the travel out there, being able to, the distractions of a bus ride and hotel and getting back on the road. We haven't been on the road for a month, so how can we handle our business and could we go out there high? So.
You brought up a good point, being on the road for the first time in more than a month and playing a team that doesn't have a win on the season, but don't let that record fool you. That's a team that comes at you for 60 minutes.
No, absolutely. I was giving our guys the opportunity. A couple years ago, we did the same thing and went up to Davenport University against a team that hadn't had a win at the time, and it was a hard-fought game, for a double overtime game in that one. So we try not to take things lightly. I think this is a good football team. I think they have some weapons, on both sides of the ball and special teams as well. So again, just like any week, we have to come out there, focus, do our job, and execute at a high level.
What was the message to the team bouncing back from the Lindenwood game, getting ready to hit the road again?
Well, nothing really changes. It's still about us, and especially when you have I guess you can say on the younger side of a team, guys that don't have as much experience playing in a game. It's more of just executing for us, making sure that we block the right guy, that we throw to the right guy, that we catch the right, the right ball, that we tackle the guy, all those little things that make up, the big picture, and it's not just about offense or just about defense, both sides are going to need each other, and whether it's a low-scoring game or high-scoring game, we just got to find a way to win like we did 2 weeks ago at Shawan, and hopefully we can find that this week.
Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
McKendree Wheeling Jesuits Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central on the Bearcat Sports Network. Go to the McKendree football homepage, click on the schedule, and find the game to listen in.